When a woman chose justice over maternal love in 1957, it shocked a nation. When a film about caste injustice premiered in 2021, its star received death threats. For 7 decades, Indian cinema hasn't just entertained, it sparked revolutions, changed laws, and transformed how an entire subcontinent sees itself. While Hollywood focused on entertainment, Indian cinema was busy changing society. These aren't just movies, they're cultural landmarks that arrived exactly when India needed them most. From addressing gender inequality to challenging caste discrimination, the 10 films we're about to explore, one from each decade since the 1950s, didn't just reflect India's struggles, they actively shaped its evolution. Hey, film lovers! Welcome to Top 10 Facts Club, where we explore film's power beyond entertainment. Hit subscribe and the notification bell because we're counting down from 10 to 1, and stick around, because the most recent entry sparked such intense debate that its lead actor needed police protection. Movie number 10. The 1950s, tragedy that exposed India's broken promises. Do Bigha Zameen didn't just break box office records, it broke India's illusion of post-independence prosperity. In 1953, as politicians celebrated the nation's newfound freedom, Bimal Roy's masterpiece revealed the rot beneath the tricolor. The plot that shook a nation. Set in a drought-stricken village, Do Bigha Zameen follows Shambhu, a farmer who vows to save his ancestral land from a greedy landlord. When a ruthless industrialist claims the land for a factory, Shambhu migrates to Kolkata, becoming a human beast of burden, a rickshaw puller. Director Bimal Roy, inspired by Italian neorealism, turned the camera into a scalpel, dissecting the lie of socialist India. Why? It mattered. This wasn't entertainment, it was a protest. For the first time, urban elites saw the human cost of industrialization. The film's iconic train sequence, where Shambhu races against a locomotive to earn extra coins, became a metaphor for farmers crushed by progress. Audiences wept as Shambhu's son Kanhaiya, once a bright student, turned pickpocket to survive. Legacy of fire. Do Bigha Zameen sparked real change. Parliament debates referenced its depiction of debt traps, and it inspired Satyajit Ray's Pathar Panchali, but its darkest prophecy came true. 70 years later, farmer suicides still dominate headlines. The film's final shot, a broken Shambhu staring at his lost land, remains Indian cinema's most haunting image of betrayal. Movie number 9. The 1950s epic, where a mother became a nation. Mother India didn't just win Oscars, it rewrote what it meant to be Indian. In 1957, as the country debated its identity, Mehboob Khan's raging epic gave 450 million people a new goddess, Nargis's Radha. War in Saris. Radha isn't just a mother, she's a one-woman revolution. After her husband abandons the family, she battles droughts, debt, and a sadistic moneylender. In the film's most iconic scene, Radha harnesses herself to a plow like an ox, her blood mixing with the soil. When her bandit son threatens the village, she shoots him dead, choosing collective morality over maternal love. Cultural earthquake. The film was a grenade disguised as melodrama. It countered Western stereotypes of backward India while critiquing rural patriarchy. Politicians quoted Radha's dialogues in speeches, and the title became shorthand for nationalism. But feminists still debate its legacy. Is Radha a symbol of strength or a patriarchal pawn, sacrificing herself for male-defined honor? The irony of immortality. Nargis' real-life son, Sanjay Dutt, later played a terrorist in Khalnayak, a dark echo of her on-screen son's fate. Today, Mother India screens annually on Independence Day, its contradictions intact. A feminist icon penned by male writers, a socialist parable funded by a capitalist studio. Movie number 8. The 1960s scandal that redefined freedom. Guide didn't just entertain, it put adultery on trial. In 1965, as India clung to conservative values, Vijay Anand's film asked, "Can a woman choose art over marriage?" The Forbidden Dance. Wahida Rehman's Rosie isn't just a dancer, She's a nuclear bomb in a silk sari. Trapped in a loveless marriage to an archaeologist, she flees with guide Raju, Devanand, to pursue her passion. The film's revolutionary thesis, a wife's ambition matters more than societal approval. Cultural shockwaves. Religious groups burned posters, but audiences flocked to see Rosie's cathartic Kathak performance, a 7-minute scene where her ankle bells sync with S.D. Burman's score. For middle-class women, Rosie became a secret icon. Aaj Fir Jeene Ki Tamanna Hai wasn't just a song. It was a covert anthem for repressed desires. The Price of Rebellion. The U.S. version, rewritten by Pearl S. Buck, flopped by erasing Rosie's agency. But in India, Guide birthed a new archetype, the flawed hero. Raju isn't noble, he's a liar who finds redemption through a villager's fast. Today, the film's duality endures, a spiritual quest wrapped in a sexual revolution. Movie number 7, the 1970s blockbuster, where villains became heroes. Sholay didn't just entertain, it mirrored India's moral collapse. Released during the 1975 emergency, this curry western asked, when laws fail, do we need heroes or vigilantes? The unholy trinity, Jai, Amitabh Bachchan, and Vidu, Dharmendra, aren't knights, they're mercenaries hired to catch bandit Gabbar Singh. But the real star is the script. Writers Salim Javed turned every line into folklore. Gabbar's Kitne Aadmi Da isn't dialogue, it's a cultural meme decades before the internet. Society in the crosshairs. The film's moral ambiguity struck a nerve. As Indira Gandhi suspended civil liberties, Sholay's Thakur, a cop who loses his arms to Gabbar, symbolized a crippled state. The public embraced Javiru's lawlessness as catharsis. The curse of immortality. Sholay's success became its trap. When director Ramesh Sippy tried a sequel, fans revolted. The film's legacy? A nation that still quotes Gabbar more than Gandhi. Movie number 6, the 1980s time bomb that exposed broken childhoods. Salaam Bombay didn't just win awards. It forced India to see its invisible citizens. In 1988, as the elite toasted economic reforms, Mira Nair's docudrama exposed the children left behind. The children of the apocalypse. Chai Pao, Shafiq Syed, isn't a character. He's a composite of real street kids. Sold to a circus, he lands in Mumbai's red light district, delivering chai to prostitutes. The camera doesn't act, it stalks him through brothels and heroin dens. The aftermath. Parliament amended child labor laws after the film's release. Nair used profits to launch the Salam Baalak Trust, housing street kids. But the film's genius lies in its lack of melodrama. When Chai Pao finally escapes, he doesn't find salvation, just another train to nowhere. The unhealed wound. Today, as Mumbai's skyscrapers tower over Dharavi, Salaam Bombay remains a relic and a revelation. As child actors, real street kids, slipped back into obscurity, proving life's script is crueler than art. Bol ke lab aazad hai tere, bol jubab tak teri hai. Movie number 5, the 1990s love story that redefined Indian identity. Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge rebranded Indianness for a globalized generation. In 1995, as economic reforms reshaped India, Shah Rukh Khan's romance became a cultural manifesto for millions, straddling tradition and modernity. The NRI Revolution. Raj and Simran's Europe to Punjab love story wasn't just fantasy. It was a blueprint. For diaspora Indians, Raj's fusion of mischief and respect, Señorita Palat, made cultural pride cool. For domestic audiences, Simran's struggle between duty and desire mirrored their own post-liberalization anxieties. The Mustard Fields dance sequence became a visual anthem for India's dual identity, rooted yet cosmopolitan. Cultural shockwaves. The film's genius lay in making rebellion palatable. When Simran's father finally permits her to leave, Ja Simran ja ji le apni zindagi, it wasn't defiance, but negotiation. This respectful resistance formula spawned countless imitations. Maratha Mandir Theater's 29-year daily screenings aren't nostalgia, they're ritual. Economic surveys show DDLJ tourism generates $4 million annually for Swiss locations. The hidden contradiction. Yet, the film's legacy is bittersweet. Its global Indian archetype, fluent in Bhangra and Beethoven, became a cage. Later NRI films reduced complexity to clichés of burger-eating ABCD kids. Raj's persistence borders on harassment by modern standards, yet the movie's enduring magic lies in its proposition. Maybe tradition and freedom don't have to war.
डोली सजा के रखना, मेहंदी लगा के रखना, डोली सजा के रखना.
Movie number 4. The 2000s Molotov cocktail that ignited a generation. Rang de Basanti didn't just critique corruption, it weaponized history. In 2006, as India grappled with scandals from Bofors to CWG, Rakesh Mehra turned revolution into a multiplex experience. From screen to streets. The film's genius was making Bhagat Singh's 1930s firebrands mirror modern students. When Amir Khan's DJ asks, "Kya tum apne desh ke liye maroge?" theaters erupted. Weeks later, real students organized candlelight marches for Jessica Lal and Nitish Katara cases, co-opting the film's protest anthem, Kalabali. Parliament saw 23% spike in youth voter registration that year. Iconic fury. The climax, where friends avenge their pilot friend's death by assassinating the defense minister, split the nation. Critics called it irresponsible. Activists hailed it as catharsis. The real victory? Making Koi bhi desh perfect nahi hota, usse perfect banana padta hai, a Gen X mantra. The unintended legacy. Today, its DNA lives in anti-CAA protests and farmer marches. But the film's warning went unheeded. When actor Siddharth Sukhi recently tweeted about caste issues, studios blacklisted him. Rang de Basanti proved art could spark movements, but not protect those who like the match. Movie number 3. The 2010s courtroom drama that put consent on trial. Pink didn't just challenge patriarchy, it gave 500 million women a legal phrasebook. Released weeks after the 2016 Jisha rape case, Aniruddha Roy Chowdhury's thriller became India's #MeToo primer. The scene that changed conversations. Meenal's, Taapsee, tearful, "Main ek ladki hoon isliye," wasn't dialogue, it was indictment. But the real earthquake was Amitabh Bachchan's closing argument. 17 minutes dissecting victim blaming. Law colleges now study it alongside actual IPC sections. Real-world ripples. When the film's "No Means No" tagline appeared in 2017's POCSO Act amendments, activists credited Pink. Uber revised driver training modules, citing its scenes. Most crucially, it made middle-aged men, Bachchan's core fan base, acknowledge systemic misogyny. The paradox. Yet the film's success birthed a problematic trend: male savior narratives. 7 years later, Taapsee lamented, "I'm still offered Pink 2.0 roles where I cry while men lecture judges." The revolution Pink began remains half-fought. Movie number 2, the 2010s sports saga that body-slammed gender norms. Dangal didn't just inspire athletes, it made India confront its daughter deficit. Released during the 2016 demonetization chaos, Amir Khan's wrestling epic became an unlikely economic metaphor. The grit behind the glory. Mahavir Singh Phogat's Amir, brutal training of daughters Geeta and Babita wasn't fiction. It mirrored 63% of rural girls forced into domestic labor. The gold medalist Beti versus Sabzi Mandi dilemma sparked 400-plus all-girl akhadas nationwide. Sports Authority India reported 127% increase in female wrestling applications post-release. Cultural takedown. The film's genius was making patriarchy the villain. When young Geeta defeats a male wrestler, theaters erupted like stadiums. The scene where villagers mock Mahavir for wasting time on girls led to real-life apologies from viewers to their daughters. The unseen fallout. But the real Phogat sisters later accused their father of abuse, exposing the film's romanticized narrative. Dangal's legacy? It proved India would cheer for women's success as long as men took credit. Movie number 1, the 2020s legal earthquake that made caste visible. Jai Bhim didn't just win awards, it weaponized cinema as evidence. Released during 2021's COVID oxygen crisis, T.J. Gnanaviel's Tamil drama forced India to confront its caste apartheid. The scene that broke India. When Arula tribeswoman Sengeni Lijomal screams, En kai la pudicha satai danda ne. This is the sorry my mother held. Courtrooms fell silent. Real-life lawyers adopted this line to counter victim shaming. Real-world reckoning. The film triggered 3,200-plus pending SC/ST Act cases being fast-tracked. Tamil Nadu allocated 28 crore rupees for Arula housing after 27 years of petitions. But backlash was brutal. Surya needed police protection as dominant castes burned theaters. The new playbook. Jai Bhim's legacy isn't its 8.4 IMDb rating. It's proving films can be forensic tools. When a 2023 caste atrocity case cited the movie as contextual evidence, IndianCinema entered uncharted territory. From Dulbiga Zamin's broken farmers to Jai Bhim's tribal warriors, these films didn't just document history, they drafted it. They're battle cries in celluloid, proving that when art stares down power, culture wins. But the real question is, which of these movies reshaped your worldview? Blow up the comments. And if you believe in cinema's power to change society, smash subscribe. We'll keep exposing Bollywood's global game changers. Until then, keep the reels rolling and revolutions brewing.